What's up, guys? Good morning. It is 1:30 in the morning. We have just packed up the car full of our Funko products. We are packed to the brim and we are getting ready to head out to North Carolina to Nerd Bombers. Say hi, Audrey.
Hi.
My brother. We are as cram-packed as you can see. So we're gonna head out now and we will see you guys in North Carolina. All right, guys, it is approximately 4:42 in the morning. So we've got about 1/4 of our trip complete. Still on the way to North Carolina. So we have made our first stop. We have about 7 hours left to go. So we are just about at the halfway point. Just making a quick pit stop and we will be back on the road. All right, guys, so we are back on the road. Had to stop and get a good 20 minutes of shut-eye because things were just kind of panning out blurred. That's not very safe to drive under those conditions, so you always have to remember on a long road trip, if you're feeling tired, there's no shame in stopping, pulling over, and getting a good 20-30 minutes rest does a world of difference. So we are back on the road. It's amazing how in just 20 minutes it's completely light out. There's a lot more traffic, so we're still on the pretty much the same time frame that we were, because we allotted for, you know, a stop here or there. We've got about an hour left to go and we are at our halfway mark, and at that point we should be in Georgia. So we'll see you guys in Georgia. Officially halfway there. We just passed the Florida-Georgia borderline, so we are now in Georgia. We have 6 hours exact to go, and we will be at Nerd Bombers. Can't wait to see you guys there. We have officially entered South Carolina. We are approximately 4.5 hours away, making great time. So hopefully within the next hour or two, we'll be in North Carolina, headed on our way to Nerd Bombers. We did it, guys. We are in North Carolina. We have officially parked outside of Nerd Bombers. We're gonna go ahead and step inside and talk to the staff first before we do any recording and see what we have to do in order to unleash these Funkos. See you guys soon. So here it is, guys, the entire sales Funko lot in its last bit of glory. What is up, guys? We are finally back in Miami. We had a long trip, and I wanted to fill you guys in on what exactly happened with Nerd Bombers. So, up until this point in the video, you have seen us traveling all the way to North Carolina. Now, we did make it to Nerd Bombers. Unfortunately for us, Nerd Bombers was not exactly what we expected it to be. So we went inside, spoke to the staff, unloaded everything that we had for Funko Pops, got permission to record just as we were about to start one of the women at the counter walked over and informed us that the owner was no longer purchasing Funko products at all, and that the gentleman that we had spoken to that told us, come on down, bring everything to Nerd Bombers, had since been fired. Now, unfortunately for us, they did not honor what had been told to us, that they would take a look at our Funko products and see if there was anything, worth purchasing on their end. They did have a ton of Funko products. They were not necessarily in the best condition. And even though Nerd Bombers did not hold up to their end of the bargain, we still did purchase a few items that I needed in my personal collection. So we even brought them business, even though they did not hold up to their end of the bargain. So, with that set in mind, we brought everything down from North Carolina back to Miami and are currently in talks with companies here that do purchase Funko collections. So let's take a look at some of the items that we did find in North Carolina. First up, we found this totally awesome 2023 New York Comic-Con limited edition Trick or Treat Freddy Funko Soda. This thing is totally awesome. Now, we do not have a lot of Freddy Funko products, so I could not pass up an opportunity to snatch up this Trick or Treat Freddy Funko. Love the fact that he's got his little Halloween costume on, holding that traditional jack-o'-lantern pumpkin candy bucket. And this thing is actually valued at around $17. We got this, I believe, for $5. Not bad. Let's take a look at this, guys. Look at the massive head. I love the fact that he's got that Funko crown, too. This thing is just totally awesome. Trick or Treat Freddy Funko. So, a nice new addition for our Freddy Funko collection and for our soda can collection. Next up, we do already have on that side two Guardians of the Galaxy ship characters, and we were fortunate enough to find a 2022 Guardians of the Galaxy Mantis ship. Now, this is a Walmart exclusive. Take a look at that thing, guys. This thing is so cool. So this is the third ship that we were able to find for a set of, I believe, 6. So there's 3 more that we need. That will be a few that we hunt down when we start our Complete That Collection series. So couldn't pass up this. What an awesome Funko Pop. Also, I believe we got this one for $5 if I'm not mistaken. So that was a really good deal on that. We did also stop by GameStop because those were the only 2 items that I purchased for myself at Nerd Bombers. I was a little frustrated that they didn't hold up to their end of the deal, but they did have a few items that I wanted, so I went ahead and I purchased those and brought them a little bit of business. On to our Five Below stuff. Now, I was really excited when we walked into Five Below because they had a ton of stuff that they do not have here in Miami. 2 of those were the 2023 Netflix Witcher, Ciri, and Geralt. Look at those, guys. How cool is that? We've got Ciri holding her sword. Now, there's 2 different forms of Ciri. There's one holding a wooden sword and one holding an actual sword. So I think one of them is a training sword, and then this is the one holding the regular sword. So we found this one, and then we had Geralt with shield, and we found Geralt with sword. Very cool. So we now have 4 out of the 6 for this set. We have got both Geralts, we have got one of the series, and we have got Yennefer. So 4 out of 6, guys. We have got 2 more to go for this to complete the set, and we've got 3 more of the Guardians of the Galaxy ship. I was super excited to find those. I have only been able to find Geralt with Shield and Yennefer at our local Five Below, so that was a really awesome find. Couldn't pass it up, guys. I had to snatch them up. I only need 2 more, so let's hope that I can find those. Now, last but not least, we found a ton of soda pops. So I'm going to start this off with the 2022 Winter Soldier Funko Soda. This thing is so cool. It is a 20,000 piece. It's a Funko exclusive. Let's get a close-up of that. Look at that, guys. We do not have that one at our local Five Below. So I went ahead and I scooped up not 1 but 4 of these bad boys. Now, the Winter Soldier, this one is particularly interesting because they have some very crazy priced chase versions of this particular soda pop. Now, the artist proof for this particular soda is $140. The artist proof chase, $220 value. Standard chase is around $29. And I believe the common is around the same. It's one of the few that I've seen the common and chase for the standard release around the same price. So Winter Soldier, guys. Next up we have, finally, the 2022 Mary Sanderson from Hocus Pocus. The 3rd Sanderson sister. We finally found it. This is a 25,000 piece, and it is also a Funko exclusive. The value for the common and the chase on this one, also about the same, around $15. Now, I believe the chase for this one is like a translucent red, if I'm not mistaken. So we not only got 1, but I think we got 3 or 4. Let's see. I think we got 3 of these. So 3 of Mary Sanderson. And now we can finally complete at least our common set of the Sanderson sisters for the Funko Soda series of Hocus Pocus. Now, the next one that I found is pretty cool. This is Frost Giant Loki. Very cool. Now, this particular Funko Soda, I could not find a whole ton of information on. From what I understand, now we picked up 5 of these bad boys. Oh, and they were, I forgot to mention, they were so nice since we bought so many sodas. They gave us these Funko Soda display cases for the sodas. So I thought that was really cool. So we've got 5 of the Lokis. And last but not least, we have some random sodas that we were only able to find a few of. Now, we did find, let's see if I can find it here. We found a Ted Lasso. That one's kind of cool. It's a 10,000 piece. Chance at Chase. International. This particular one goes for around $10. Chase or common, there's not a lot of information, so I'm going to assume that just like most standard cans, it's around 15 bucks, but once we pop it, if it's a common, it drops it down to about $10. Next one we found was Ron Swanson from Parks and Recs. How about that, guys? Now, we have opened up both of those before. They were both commons. This one is a 15,000 piece, again from Parks and Recs. Chance at Chase. Now, this particular one for the common, it is the same as if it were unopened, about 15 bucks. The chase for this one is $24. So we got 2 of Senior Ron Swanson from Parks and Recs. Can't wait to open those up and see if we found a chase to add to our collection. Next up, we found another Roy Kent. Roy Kent, guys. And that is from the Ted Lasso show. Now, Roy Kent here is a 15,000 piece. This particular one, about 15 bucks for the common, so whether it's opened or not, still retains its value at 15. The chase for this particular one, $41. Not bad if we can pull it. And last but not least, we found Polka Dot Man. This is a 2022. Now, this is from the Suicide Squad. Polka Dot Man. It is a 8,000 piece, so this one actually pretty difficult to find. I have never seen this one down here in Miami. It is a chance at chase. I don't really know too much about this one. The prices for the chase and the common are pretty much non-existent, so I don't know if this is a like really hard one to find or what, but we were really excited that we found this one. So now that we have reviewed what happened in North Carolina, and it is unfortunate, but we were able to find a ton of awesome Funko Pops, I think it's time to crack these sodas and see if we can find some chases. So let's not start with all the randoms. Let's start with our Winter Soldier. I am super stoked to even have a common of this version, but I am really hoping that we can find a chase. Let's see if we can pull one, guys. Can number 1 out of 4. Oh, and it's a common. 1 out of 16,700. We do not have this one, guys, so you know what that means. We're going to have to cut this bag open and take a look at this thing. Let's see what we've got. Oh, man, that thing is so cool. Take a look at that, guys. Look at the beard. Red star on his jacket there. How cool is that? That is an awesome Funko Pop right there. The Winter Soldier. So this particular one, definitely going to be added to our Soda Funko collection. Let's keep going and see if we can find a chase. Oh, and it's a common. Now, since we already have a common, we are going to go ahead and keep this guy in the can so we can sell him and let somebody else enjoy him for their collection. Can number 3. Oh, another common. So we'll go ahead and close this guy up. Last but not least, guys, can number 4. Oh, and we struck out on the Winter Soldier. But that is completely alright. I have yet to see this one anywhere else, so I am so stoked that we at least have a common for our own collection. Next up, let's do our Mary Sanderson from Hocus Pocus. Also another new one for us. So either way, we will take a common or a chase. It does not matter. Oh, and we have a common. Now also, since this is one that we do not have yet, we're going to go ahead and cut this bag open and see what this Mary Sanderson is all about. Now, one thing I did notice on the Sanderson sisters is that they were extremely detailed. And it is no different with Mary. Wow! Take a look at this, guys. The accuracy. Look at the lip. Just like in the movie. They've got the lip, they've got the gown, they've got the hair. This thing has it all. Look at the detail. Even the makeup, the little mole. What an awesome Funko to add to our soda collection. So this is 1 out of 20,900 for Mary Sanderson. Yet another one to add to our personal collection. On to the next, can number 2. Oh, and it's another common. So we are going to go ahead and keep this one in the wrap for somebody else to collect and add to their own collection. Can number 3, guys. No way, let's go! We found the Chase! Chase Mary Sanderson, guys. 1 out of 3 this time. What an awesome pull! Translucent red. So it is what I thought it was. It's a translucent red. 1 out of 4,100. Let's go! Not only did we find a common for our collection, but we found the Chase! So that is 2 out of 3 Sanderson sisters now that we have a Chase and common for. 1 left to go to find that Chase, and we've got the whole set, Chase and commons. Now, we definitely don't have the Chase yet, so you know we're going to have to cut this bag open and take a look at this translucent Funko. Wow, this thing is incredible. Look at that, guys. There is the Chase Red Translucent Mary Sanderson, y'all. 1 out of 4,100. So awesome. I'm so glad that we were able to pull this Chase and show you guys exactly what the Chase for Mary Sanderson looks like. Let's go. Good pull. All right. Next up. Let's get rid of some of this trash first. We've got all kinds of trash on this desk here. All right. Next up, we've got Frost Giant Loki. Now, we do have 5. Funko says it's a 1 in 6 chance. As you can see, sometimes you get lucky, and you get a 1 in 3, a 1 in 2, or the first one you pull. Let's see what we've got, guys. Now, we don't have Frost Giant Loki, so even a common is going to be good for us. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and assume that this is not a Chase because it simply says Frost Giant Loki on the Pog. There's Frost Giant Loki. And we'll go ahead and show you guys. Let's just real quick. Let's run down the line. There's the Chase Pog for Mary. And we'll show you guys Funko Freddy real quick. Sorry guys, forgot to show you the Pogs. There is Freddy Funko. Okay, and then let's do Winter Soldier real quick. Check that out, guys. Winter Soldier. Cool Pogs to go with these. Now, we've seen Loki's Pog, but we don't have a Loki, so let's go ahead and low-key cut this bag open and see what we've got. Oh man, that is a awesome Loki. Look at that. The horns on Loki are translucent. They're almost see-through. That is so cool. What an awesome soda pop. Details in the cape. This thing is just loaded with details. I'm digging it. So, that one will definitely go in the collection. Let's keep it moving with soda number 2. Alright, this is another common. So we're going to go ahead and set that one aside. On to can number 3. Another common. On to can number 4. Another common. So far, all commons. And can number 5. Can we pull a Chase Loki? Oh! Just like the Winter Soldier, we struck out with Frost Giant Loki. But that's okay, because we did not have a common, and now we at least have one for our personal collection. Alright guys, so we only have 6 cans left. Can you believe it? We have already burned through 12. Now, let's go for our Ted Lasso. Now, we do have a common of this, but we don't have a chase. So let's see what we've got. Will we gain in value or lower? Alright, well, this one is 1 in 8,400, so that means it is obviously not the chase. But let's take a look at this guy, because I believe we sold our last Ted Lasso. Check that out, guys. Look at Ted Lasso there with his big cheesy golfer smile. That thing is cool. A lot of detail on the hair. Love the kicks. Ted Lasso. Now here is the Pog. There's Ted. Very cool. And I don't think that we added Ted Lasso to our collection last time, so we're going to go ahead and hold on to this one and add him to our own collection. Next up, we have Polka Dot Man from Suicide Squad. Now, this particular one, if you can see up close, it's wrapped a little differently than the rest of the Funkos. Now, standard Funkos, you can see how it's kind of circular in the wrap. You can put your finger in there and kind of pull at that. This one, you cannot. It's completely plasti sealed, and it's a lot softer, which leads me to believe that this is a rewrap. Now, fortunately, we don't really care, because I have never seen a polka dot soda pop yet, so even a common is okay with me. But just for those of you who are avid soda collectors, if you come across a Funko soda and it does not have that seal where just the middle there's like a circular opening in the wrapping and it's hard, it's probably a reseal, ergo a common. So if you're looking for chases, don't purchase the wrapped one unless you're looking for a common. Then it's okay. What did we get? Alright, we got a regular standard Polka Dot Man, which is totally fine with me. We do not have this one, so you know what that means. We're going to cut this bag open and take a look at this guy. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Red translucent goggles, completely separate from the eyeballs. Look at this thing, guys. What a detailed Funko. This is one of my favorites now. Look at the colors. He's got the little polka dots on his fingertips. They're all over his outfit. What an awesome soda pop. That is definitely one that I am going to enjoy having in our own personal collection. Now let's take a look. Interesting. Like the Ted Lasso, it's got a red background. So this one is, again, 1 out of 6,700. Not bad for a common. Now, usually the chases are the ones that are in the low, under 10,000 for the series. But this particular one, 1 out of 6,700, not bad for a common. Definitely going to hold on to this one. Next up, one of my favorite shows, Parks and Recs, and one of my favorite characters from that show, Ron Swanson, guys. Now, we do have a common for Ron, but we just so happen to find 2 more, so let's take a chance at it and see if we can pull a chase. Oh, and it's a common. Now, if you look back at one of my previous videos, you'll be able to see the common. I am not going to go ahead and open this one up because we already have one. And I don't want to spoil it for somebody else if we sell this to open it up and find it already unwrapped and opened. I think it's a lot better for the purchaser if they purchase it and the can is for the most part intact. Kind of takes the fun out of it when you unwrap it for somebody else. Can number 2. Oh, and another common. So we struck out on the Ron Swansons, but that's okay. And last but not least, our Roy Kents. Now we do already have a Roy Kent, so let's see if we can find a chase. It's usually pretty hard when you only have 2, but sometimes it happens. All right, and we have a common 1 out of 12,500 Roy Kent. So again, we're going to go ahead and keep that one in the bag. Last one, guys. Can't believe we made it. Roy Kent number 2. Can number 2. Can we pull a chase? Oh, and it is a common. Well, unfortunately, guys, that is just how the ball bounces sometimes. But I am not displeased. We have a Chase Red Translucent Mary Sanderson from Hocus Pocus. We've got a bunch of new commons to add to our sodas. And this particular chase is worth $23, so not bad. From a $5 purchase up to $23 in value, I'd say we did pretty good. That is all we have for the evening, guys. Next video, we'll shoot a few more items that we have found during our Funko hunting and collectibles hunting. And then at some point, I'm going to be buying another shelving unit because we just have too much in our collection, and I am going to need to restructure my collection, and I think that'll make for an interesting video. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Let us know if there's anything you like to see, if there's anything you want to see, if you're curious about, have any questions, please feel free. Comment. Follow us, subscribe. We love having other people enjoy our videos. We make them for you. So thanks so much for watching. Until the next video, Poppin' Pops Guy out.